At first glance, it might not look like we're working on the skate rail today, but we are. I'm in Fusion right now. Not sure if you can see, and I'm working on designing the feet as well as I called them little triangle things. I think the correct term is gusset, that little support, but I can't actually do it here. I gotta go down to the shop. I will say, however, while I have you guys here, can you even see my computer screen? I think the sun just hit me, so it's making it really hard to see. Not too sure what you can see, but I actually just wrapped up editing the first members only Q&A video. It was almost 40 minutes long, which is one of the perks for my tier 3 channel members. Every month, well, I say every month, but this was the first one I've done, which is kind of why I'm putting an emphasis on it. Once a month, I post it posts as a private YouTube video that only tier 3 members can see, if that makes sense. It's a Q&A, but it's a much more in-depth Q&A than I would ever do publicly. And I mean, I think we answered, maybe 6 questions, but it was a 40-minute video. I just wrapped up editing it before I started working on the curve rail feet, and I had a ton of fun. I definitely got personal in a good way though. I do still think it's important to have personal boundaries of maybe things that don't get shared publicly, but I opened up much more than I would have publicly. I wanted to thank everyone that watches my YouTube videos, period, but especially my tier 3 members for giving me such good questions that I was able to open up to, as well as just supporting me, man. We're coming up on 100 channel members. I think we're at 91 right now, which is A, by far the most I've ever had in my entire life, ever, and B, we're growing really consistently, and from what I've gathered, at least, the channel members are happy with the perks. I'm extremely happy with how it's going. I'm not overwhelmed. I'm not getting burnt out with it. I think I finally got my channel memberships in a very healthy and sustainable place, which is has been a dream of mine and a goal of mine for my channel. So I don't want to get too into that. I don't want to bore you guys right off the bat into this video, but I did want to give thanks where thanks is due and kind of start working on pushing out these channel memberships more. That being said, a lot of you probably don't care about that. I opened up Fusion expecting to get this done. I still got to go down to the shop to take some measurements. I had a feeling I was going to run into this issue. We made that green rail before, so it's I had the files for the gussets, for the feet, and I had everything saved, and I purposely and intentionally deleted the files so that I would have to remake them so that I would continue getting better at designing stuff, if that makes any sense. These right here are what I need. The little triangle things are called gussets, as well as just the feet themselves. The feet are super easy to make. It's literally a rectangle with some rounded corners. But the gussets, I need the measurements for. But I remember last time I made them, I was like, should I save the file so I don't have to remake them again? And I consciously made the decision not to. Just because, if you don't, I need repetition in order to get better at my skills. So, it's been a couple days since I've touched, it's been longer than a couple days, actually. I think it's been a week or two since I've touched Fusion. And we gotta go redesign those feet and gussets and see if I still remember how to use it. I want to say they're 3x7, but I forget. Yeah, so 7x4. Okay, 7x4. I did save the circle. I do still have that file. And by file, it is literally just a circle. That's all it is. I think I maybe want to make the feet wider. I don't really know why. These are fine, but maybe just visually having it a ½ inch wider could be nice. So that's 3 inches. I mean, would we want to do 3.5 or 4? Or is that just a waste of material? I mean, it would add weight, which could help with it moving. 3 inches by 2 feet, it looks like. 24 inches, yeah, okay. 7x4, 3x24. All right, let's hop on the computer and get to designing. They're all easy. I mean, the gussets are just triangles with letters in them. It's mainly just to keep my brain refreshed with the programming for the plasma cutter and all that, but I might save them this time so I don't have to do it again. Sure enough, I did still know how to do everything, but I am glad that I didn't save the files, although I am going to save them this time. Just because even though it's just very quick and easy, I'm making a rectangle, I'm making a triangle and typing GG in it, it's more of the cam programming of getting it to follow the tool paths and all of that stuff that I forget really, really easily for some reason. So I'm glad that I made it harder for myself by having to redo it, just because it had been a while since I've designed anything. And it's a skill that I want to keep refining and getting better at. But we got it done. I was hyped that I didn't have to ask Jordan or anyone for help, but we did it. Okay, I think we succeeded there. I definitely felt a little foreign getting back into it, which is like, that's always the worst with learning a new skill, is if you don't fully refine it at first. If you take a week off, it feels completely new again. But we got it done. Again, I mean, it's super simple, but this is the gusset, 7 inches by 4 inches with the GG cutout in there. This is the foot. I actually did end up going an inch thicker. So instead of 3 inches, I did 4 inches for extra weight, and maybe it'll look better. But yeah, that's, I mean, again, super, super basic entry-level CAD and CAM stuff, but it's new to me, so it feels good to get it done. There she is, dude. I can't wait to skate this thing, man. I'm so glad that in the last video we sort of quote unquote revised it, started over, and spread the legs a little bit and raised it an inch. I think that's gonna make the world of difference in terms of skateability. Let's get the plasma cutter. Damn, it's kind of been a minute since I've used the plasma cutter, because we've been so focused on fingerboard rails and getting stuff up on the website that I want to say it's been like a week or two since we've booted this bad boy up. We got our plate steel here. Let's open the floodgates. There is one, and we come on over here, and boom, there is 2. Yes, it's a beautiful sound, isn't it? Bask in the glory of the garage door ASMR. Why has my voice been cracking lately? Does that like mean anything? You know, maybe my body's confused because we're trying to grow out a beard, so maybe it thinks we're going through puberty again. That's funny. You know what I keep wanting to compare it to is riding a bike, in the sense that it's not like riding a bike whatsoever. Like all of this fabrication stuff, whether it's the CAD and CAM design on my computer or using the plasma cutter, even like welding. Maybe I haven't been doing it long enough, obviously, but it's like, if I don't do it for a couple of days, I feel like I forget everything. I'm going through, I keep meaning to make like an actual physical checklist on the whiteboard. Oh, too much water, overflowing. Since when does this hose get so pressurized? Okay, that's better. I wanna make like an actual checklist that's like, I don't know, check consumables, fill table with water, like, just so I don't miss out any steps and cause any damage. But I think I have a decent enough idea in my head. All right, while the table's filling up though, I actually don't have any idea how our torch consumables are looking. I forget if we swapped them out or if we still got some old crusties on here. I've been dropping things so frequently. We're not making fingerboard obstacles, so it doesn't have to be like crazy precise. The tip looks good. That's what she said. Stupid. That looks good. Okay, yeah. I think we did swap them out for some new stuff before the last cut. So we're good there. All right, so check that off the mental list. What about our magical little blue beads, what I call them? Yeah. They should be good for some more cuts. What's next? Why do I feel like I'm forgetting literally everything? Okay, the table's full enough so we can turn that off. Turn the plasma cutter on, obviously. That might be an important one. Make sure she's cranked up to 45 amps because we're cutting 1/4 inch. We're cutting some thick stuff. Air, that's an important one. Close this and turn this on. Oh yes, I forgot about the glorious sound of the air compressor. All right, I think that's everything. Oh, the actual table itself. Boom. All right, I'll see you guys once we have air and everything, so you guys don't gotta listen to that anymore. Boom, door is open, fan is on, ventilation is happening, rail looks beautiful. Again, mental checklisting here. Everything's set up. I have the program open. We are not gonna talk about my desktop. moving on, I have 2 feet. I'm gonna be doing the feet first. I have them patterned correctly with a 0.15 inch space between the 2 of them, which should be fine. We are zeroed in on the corner there. I think everything's good. I'm probably speaking gibberish to the majority of you, but that's fine because you're still here. As I said that, I was thinking, like, I saw some comments that were saying that you've learned more about metalwork, welding, CNC machines, watching my videos than you ever thought you'd expect to learn in your entire life. That's cool though, you gotta admit, because that's how I feel too. Oh, you know what we don't have is our eye condoms, our mad scientist. I love these things. Thank you, Jordan. All right, air's pressurized. Do we do a dry run first or do we just run it? The logic inside of me says to dry run it first. The impulsive part of me is just going to run it first. Wish me luck. I really hope this works. We're cutting. I will admit, I have no idea if you guys can hear me. I will admit that I experimented with a little bit of a lower water level in the table than I'm used to. Normally, I'll go up a little bit higher, but the internet said that to reduce dross, you might want the water a little lower, but look what it's doing. From the heat. And that's like the scrap metal, so that doesn't matter. It's just curious to see, I mean, well, it's obvious that the water helps with cooling a lot. So we'll see how this comes out. It does look like it's cutting really clean though, which is good. All right, first one's done, and you know what I forgot? I know what I forgot. Oh, that is so much better. Those look great. Obviously, we haven't checked the bottom of them yet, but the tops look great. Oh, yes. Wow. Wow, that cut really, really good. No way. All right, mission success. I want to hold this up by the other one to show you the length difference. This has some heft to it, too. I mean, this is a 4-inch by 2-foot, 1/4-inch slab of steel that I think is gonna help a lot with like any chance of that rail slipping and sliding. Look at the difference there, a solid inch. So I think that's gonna add a ton of weight. So I think that was a good call. Really stoked on the cut quality there too. Pleasantly surprised. Now we're gonna load up the gusset. Boom, I'm gonna cut 2 of those. I still have to work on like, what would it be called? Optimization? I'll show you. Because right now I'm patterning everything within this program, but you can see, I mean, we're kind of wasting material there. I've experimented with doing that in Fusion, but it gives me some weird glitch. So a lot of material, not a lot, but I'm wasting a fair amount of material, which is something I really got to work on. I'm just so overwhelmed with learning new things and new information that one step at a time. But if anyone has help or advice on how to, like, what's that called? Optimize your cutting for maximum material use, that would be greatly appreciated. Same thing though, we're all zeroed in, and it's go time. I'm gonna hit you guys with the copyright-free elevator music time lapse. I'm an idiot. I forgot that we needed 4, not 2. I gotta cut 2 more. All done. Oh, the goggle line. I wonder if I have these a little bit too tight. Maybe I should loosen them. Ugh, look, I'm already starting to feel naked without my hat. We're evolving, or devolving, because I used to wear a hat every single day. Anyway, these look really good. I'm happy with how these came out. We can't see the bottom of them yet, and they are very hot. But like I said, we don't need like the fingerboard obstacle level of detail. So if there are any little imperfections, it's totally fine. They're all looking good. And we wait for those to cool down. Take them out, whatever. Like, we're really close to the finish line now. Yeah, I think these came out great. A little bit of dross on the back. I mean, as expected, you're not gonna get perfect cuts regardless, But I want to try something. I actually have a video coming out because we got a bunch of new stuff for the shop, but one of the things that we got was this, thanks to your guys' suggestions. And you may be thinking, Garrett, what is this? Because to you, it may just look like a giant block of metal. Well, that's kind of what it is. It's a really, really heavy giant block of metal. I don't know if you can read it. It's a magnetic chuck, and I didn't even know this was a thing. And then Jordan, as well as a lot of YouTube comments, actually heavily recommended this. And I think this is gonna make my life a million times easier for fingerboard obstacles, but check this out. So we get something fresh out of the plasma cutter, right? And you see all those little nuggets on the bottom? That's called dross. It's like melted metal that's stuck to it. And you gotta get that off one way or another. Either you can use like a flap disc, we used a wire wheel, we tried the vinegar and baking soda solution afterwards. Like, we've tried everything, and we've got to a point where I can do it pretty efficiently now. But I've been like setting stuff on the table and then holding it and grinding it, and it'll get flung around. This is gonna change everything. I didn't know this was a thing. I don't know the science behind it. I don't know how magnets work, but look at this. Right now, you set it on, nothing, right? It's just a block of metal. You take this and you put it in here, and you can actually magnetize the block. Like, that is not going anywhere now. I actually can't move that. And then we turn the magnet off. That's pretty cool, huh? I don't know, it's a trip. And the reason that's gonna be cool is, like, so we get something fresh out of the plasma cutter, we put it on there, we crank this to magnetize it, not going anywhere. We put these bad boys on for eye protection, and then we can really just go through and grind it without worrying about it flying away. That worked immaculately. We were able to grind all the dross off, and then we can demagnetize it. And then when you demagnetize it, you brush it off to get all the shavings off too. All right, so we crank that down. Good as new. Sick. Really, really happy with how that worked. I think I'm gonna go through and clean off the rest of those. Let's get this done, bro. I'm done rambling about everything. Let's just finish this up. All right, all done, there at least. The finish line is in plain sight now. We just gotta find the center of the feet, get everything lined up, and then we can finish it, I guess. Oh no, I forgot to cut the middle leg post thing, circle. Oh, I already drained the table and everything because I thought I was done. Okay, we'll do that last, that's fine. I made these 23.5 because my actual sheet was 24, so I had to make them a ½ inch shorter, which means 11.75 is the halfway point. And then this way, we do 2 is the halfway point, just so I can find the dead center for where we mount the posts, the feet to, legs to, whatever they're called. 11.75. And 2. Again, it doesn't have to be a perfect science. Just something to mark the middle points. Oh, okay. And then that is gonna go there. I like the bigger width. I like the way it looks, at least, for sure. Let me take this. That goes roughly right there. And then our gussets. Yeah, I mean, we're just resting them in place for now. Damn it! Right when I set these down, I heard the other one fall. All right, yes, dude. Oh, there it is. Wow, this thing looks beefy, man. So sick, dude. I don't know. It's funny whenever I make rails because I get so. I was gonna use the word aroused. That's crazy. I get so hyped seeing them. Like, I could just sit here and look at this, and then as I'm filming it, or like as I'm editing it and watching the footage, I was like, bro, it's a fucking rail, get over it. But like, yeah, okay. See it from my point of view. But what, I mean, like 2 months ago, was it? I didn't know how to weld, let alone like I didn't even own the plasma cutter. Maybe it was 3 months. I'm really bad with time. But it's really cool for me to acknowledge the progress I've made. Like to see this and looking at that, like I never, ever thought I'd be able to make something like that. And now it's been like a relatively simple project for me. And like, that's cool. It's like, I think it's the same reason I like skateboarding, is because you can tangibly see progression. Like you can't do a kickflip, you practice a kickflip repetitively, then you can do a kickflip. Kind of same thing with this. It's like, I didn't know how to do anything, so I kept trying and I kept making mistakes, and now I can do things. And I think that's really cool. That being said, super lame on my behalf that I didn't cut out that middle circle. I really just need one of these right here just for the middle, but I drained the air compressor, I drained the plasma table, so I'm just gonna knock that out off camera. And I guess while that's all cutting, it's just time to get everything tacked in place. I'm gonna use some magnets to make sure that we have a perfectly perpendicular and square 90-degree angle there. And I think we're good to go. Honestly, at this point, I think I'm just gonna start time-lapsing everything, because you guys gotta be sick of hearing me talk. So let's finish this up, get everything tacked together, and then I'll talk to you guys again. All right, it's together, it's tacked together. We didn't fully weld it because I learned my lesson with fully welding things before we know if everything lines up and it's all even. But dude, I mean, it's looking great. The gussets are on, everything's on. I also got that middle piece cut and tacked on. You can see I tacked the gussets on. Gussets, I don't think I like that word, I don't know why. Kinda liked it better when we were calling them random triangle things. I don't know what they're called. But yeah, everything's on. And I think what I wanna do is move it around in different spots, because you can see all these cracks in the ground. Nothing's level here. It makes it really difficult to make sure the feet are level, because nothing's level. Also a bit of an experiment here, because last time with the green kinked rail, I welded the legs onto the feet on the welding table, and then I welded the rail to that. And I wanted to try it differently this time, where I welded the legs to the rail and then to the feet, because that's what I did for this one, and that's to ensure that all of the legs are perfectly in line and they're not like staggered off to the side. So again, I mean, we're experimenting, trying to figure out what workflow and what process works best for me, but I wanna go through and set the rail in different spots and see if we get any wobble before fully finishing it. All right, so let's start here and just see if we're getting any wobble. I don't think so. There's a lot of cracks, right? Like this is probably the worst place to test, actually. We're doing our wobble dance on the feet. Okay, you see that? We got wobble here. We got wobble, but I'm 99% sure it's because of that crack right there. So, on to the next location. Why is there no level ground in here? That's the one thing I'm missing. This looks pretty level. No wobble there. Look at that though. We have wobble. Maybe this is a wobbly leg. Maybe we gotta fix this. Let's try turning it, see if that solves anything. We got a wobbler. And that is why you test things before you weld them. Without a doubt, this leg wobbles. You hear that? Look at that. Now I just gotta figure out why. Honestly, I might have just added too much heat. I think we just got a little bit of warping there, which is why we only tacked it. So I'm gonna go through and cut that off, bend that foot down a little bit to mitigate that wobble, because we don't have it on that side. I've gone through and tested it kind of everywhere. There we go. Oh, and now I'm kind of just prying on it to bend it a bit. And then re-weld it. Oh. I don't know if I'm bending it enough. I think I solved it. Let's finish this, right? It's just a time to finish it. Yeah, it's done. I mean, well, let's just okay, you know what? I'm gonna shut up. Pretty much all we had left to do was to finalize all of the welds, because up until this point, everything was just tacked together. But we tested it around different places in the shop, made sure there was no wobble, made sure everything looked and felt right, which is something that I'm just now starting to do, because before I would just weld the whole thing and then realize like, oh, I messed up. But we learned from our mistakes there. So yeah, just going through and essentially finishing everything, welding it up. Felt good to get some practice in. I realized that I was a little rusty. Some of my welds didn't come out great, but we're getting better, and consistency is what's helping me out here. So yeah, I think that's everything I got for this voiceover, at least. Oh baby, I don't even have words for this one. Look at this, dude. It is 100% done. Everything is welded. I only, like, I want to document this because I learned. I'm not sure if you saw in the time lapse, but I was going from like one side to the other, to the other, to the other, to the other. And one of the things I learned with welding is you want to, do everything evenly and not like heat soak things, because that's how you minimize warping. I started with the outermost point of the triangle here, so that it kind of locks it in place, because we had a huge issue with it warping upward with version 1 of the rail. So I did the outer side, and I did like 1/4, and then the other quarter, and then that side 1/4, the other quarter, same with all of these. And I'd say my welds are getting better. You know, they're not perfect. I don't know if they'll ever be perfect. I don't know if there's such a thing as perfect, but they're getting better for sure. If I had to nitpick, the one thing that I don't like, even though I think I did it right, is I made this leg like 1/8 of an inch shorter than the other 2 legs, because this one technically isn't supposed to make contact until there's pressure on it. So you can see, like, it's doing exactly what it's supposed to, but I didn't do that with the green rail over there. So like the middle leg is constantly touching on that rail, so you don't get that like ba-doing, 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 even though it's only like 1/8 of an inch. I guess like preference, I'll be curious to see how it skates, but I did make it shorter than those 2 legs because I thought that's what I was supposed to do, but I don't know now. Worst comes to worst, we can put a shim under there, but I want to try skating it as is. But dude, this thing came out absolutely beautiful. Unfortunately, we're gonna paint it first. I'm not even gonna film it, I'll cut to it being painted and done. Let's skate it. Da 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 da. I feel like I always sing the final, or I don't know if that's singing. The final countdown always gets stuck in my head when we finish stuff like this. We went with purple. It was the only paint that I had enough paint left of without having to go to Home Depot. Normally I'd ask my channel members to pick a color, but I wanted to get this done. Oh baby, look at her. I can't wait to skate it. I will say, you guys had a very good point that I actually have to take into consideration for the green rail too, but I gotta either cap the ends or drill holes in the bottom so water doesn't just sit in there and rust it out. Same issue with this one. I think, I never actually thought about it. Yeah, same issue here. Water can get in through there and just kind of sit there and rust that out. So I don't know if I'll do it today, but I'm gonna drill a hole there just for drainage. And then maybe I'll actually CNC out a couple 2-inch caps to cap the ends of both of them. Not the biggest priority right now. What is the biggest priority though is just admiring it. Oh yeah! Getting overly excited on a couple pieces of metal welded together. Nah, this straight up might be one of my favorite. Well, okay, I'm not gonna say that until we skate it. So let's skate it. Well, we actually picked the hottest day to skate. It's gonna be a high of 101. Luckily, it's only 99 right now. It was like, what, 90 yesterday, 88 the day before. And of course, now that we're done, it's finally triple digits when we actually get to skate it. I'm not even tripping. I'm too excited to even care about that. Okay, that should be good. Let's wax it up. I lost the wax. I had wax for once in my life, and I lost it. I don't know where it is. Oh, I see it. I see it. It got buried. This part always feels illegal when we just have this like perfect, beautiful rail and we have to destroy it. Oh, it feels so wrong. We've tainted it. Hopefully this will help me slide though, or grind on the paint that's not dry yet. All right. Is it okay to admit that I'm actually terrified to try skating this? Can I say that? Because I'm terrified to try skating this.
No, I'm straight up scared of this. Oh my God, it feels like a half pipe. Oh. Wow, okay, we're starting now real slow and real mellow. I'm not even ready to get on. Dude, why? Something about it is just scary. Like it's not a regular rail. Okay. Oh man, popping before the leg is scary. Oh, I can't do it. Whoa, yes! Oh. There it is. Wow, that's so sick. I think this takes the cake. I've only 50-50'd it and I'm scared to do anything else. But in terms of like unique and fun obstacles, this might take the cake. I don't know what else to do. Oh, dude, this is one of those obstacles that just, you cannot skate without smiling. I mean, it reminds me of this, the 30-footer. It's so good, man. Trick request time, thanks to my channel members. You guys know that my tier 2 and up channel members get access to behind the scenes posts, and I put that in quotes because it's a lot more than just behind the scenes stuff. You guys get to vote on rail colors, video ideas, trick requests. Like, you guys have a ton of say as to what actually goes on in the videos. What I've been doing a lot of lately is trick requests, so I posted this. There's gonna be a lot of hopefully here, because that was this morning before I started. But hopefully I'll be finishing the reverse rainbow rail today, which means that hopefully we'll be able to skate it today, which can only mean one thing. Trick requests, give me some fun stuff to try on the new rail, and the key word there is fun. I wanna save the crazy flip / spin in, out, whatever tricks for once we have a decent feel for the rail. So, for some break-in tricks, what do you want to see? And thanks to my channel members, we have 9 trick requests. Can't promise we can do all of them. I already see 50-50 back 3, which I don't know about that. Real Dave the Freak coming in with a beautiful first trick request. Says a gorgeous front feeble back 180 out, please. Beautiful trick. You're not wrong there. I don't know. Okay, I gotta try it, huh? I don't want to disappoint, but like, I might be a weenie here. I don't want to get bodied and broke off the first day that we have this thing skatable. That's why I asked for easy tricks like board slide. No one said board slide. Oh God. Not off to a great start. I'm not even getting on to the beginning and I'm scared of it. I can't get into feeble. I keep doing board slide. Okay. I needed that once. Oh, see. Dude. Okay, yep. Oh, man. What was the trick again? It was front feeble, back 180 out. Never even done that on a flat bar, Dave. Dave requested the Smith kickflip too. Dave's out for blood, bro. Dave's using his trick requests good. Oh, man, he's pushing me. I gotta get on one. I gotta pop before the first leg. Like I was for the 50-50. It's just 47,000 times scarier. I can't do that. I cannot half-ass attempts like that, bro. That could have been bad. Okay. I broke the tripod. This one lasted 3 days. Can you see? We just bent the leg. I can probably fix this one, just unbend it, but I got to stop hitting this thing. Oh, wow, I almost did it again. God! I've come within like 2 inches of just decapitating the camera every time. You'd think I'd move the camera, but no, that's the smart thing to do. Oh, Dave, you and your trick requests. Oh, that felt so cool. Holy shit, that feels cool. Wow! That was the coolest feeling front feeble. Oh, the trick was front feeble back 180. That wasn't even the trick. God damn it. Dave, you might hate me for this one, but we're saving the front feeble back 180 for the next video, and we'll try it then. This one I'm going for basics, and that front feeble felt cool. Techno Bacon says front or back blunt and front and back feeble, and he said or Smith if you prefer that one. I think because we did front feeble already, I want to try front Smith. So yeah, I feel more comfortable trying that than front feeble. Oh, whoa! Dude, it's pretty much like a necessity that we raised it an inch, because I think I'd be bottoming out if we went with the original plan. So really glad that I changed that. Oh my God, that's fun. I've never felt something like that before. You have to like pump in it. Oh! There it is. I'm definitely getting more comfortable on it, which is why I wanted easy tricks for this first day, and then we can evolve and start getting more technical once we figure out how to actually skate it. Skate Church 4533 says a clean back 5-0. With all due respect, Skate Church 4553. Not in my wildest dreams could I do that. I don't know what it is. It's something I need to work on for sure, but I don't even think you could pay me to back 5-0 the A-frame, this 30-foot rail. Like, front 5-0s are one thing that I'm still working on. Back 5-0s is it seems like a impossible trick to me. Don't know why. Some people can walk in fine. I can't. I hate to let you down there, but there's no chance. Drew Skates says, obviously you gotta crook the whole thing, then maybe 50, 360 out if that's not crazy. I mean, dude, so back 50-50 back 3 is like the trick that I envisioned. Like that's the dream trick for this. Just not today, but like I for sure want to try that. Crook, on the other hand, that we can try. That's a scary one. I always gotta start like feeling it out on the little part. Okay. It's painting my board and my truck's purple because the paint wasn't dry. I gotta commit to it. Oh man, why is that scary? Oh my God. Okay, I needed to like half commit to one. It's weird, dude. It's like, I mean, it makes sense. I was gonna say it feels like a completely different rail, but it is a completely different rail than what I'm used to. Okay, right here. Yes, thank you. I needed that one. Oh, that was the coolest feeling trick yet. Oh man, I probably sound like overly excited, but I don't really care. It's like a kinked rail. You like absorb the kink, right? You don't actively pump through it. But this one, I kind of thought like, oh, if you want to do the whole rail, you have to go faster. It's not that at all. You have to like pump it like you would transition on a mini ramp. And it's a really unique feeling that I'm really not used to when it comes to rails. Really cool though. Jamie Webb says, switch 5-0 to Merlin flip. Bro can't even make a joke right. Merlin twist, Jamie. Just takes my two weakest tricks and combines them. Are you gonna paint the rail in rainbow colors? I actually thought about that. I thought that would be funny to make the rainbow rail rainbow. I just didn't have enough paint to make it happen. And that's the cool thing about painting the rails with just spray paint. We can like continuously paint over it. Like once we're sick of it being purple, we can paint it red, and you know, that can always change. Maybe one day it will be a rainbow rail. Skater Steve says, board slide or 50-50 grind the full length of the rail. Actually not so concerned about the actual trick, but mainly just the full length, or at least as far as reasonably possible. I like that. I'm glad that you brought that up, because when I first started skating this, I was just gonna half-ass it and like skate from the lower part up. Luckily I pushed through that fear. So we already 50-50'd it. Let's do board slide. We haven't done that yet. Again, really good thing that we raised it an inch, because if we were angled at all before, we would have had our wheels scraping on the ground. Whoa! Oh, that's so sick feeling. I love it. Looks like we got one more from Zeb. It says, you already know, 50-50 back 3 out. We'll get there, Zeb. Since you were already probably gonna do that. Not today, but yes. Tail slide shove on a round rainbow rail, dog? Oh, then he replied to his own comment and said, or any grind, if that makes it easier since it's a round rail. Wow, you responded to my call out before I even read it. That's funny. I mean, you said or any grind. Okay, any grind. I'm assuming you mean like shove out of a grind. We can probably do 50-50 front shove. Let's do that. So we get in, we pump. Yeah, all right. Oh, wow, laser flip. Oh, that was bad. Rebate. Dude, I'm actually laser flipping out of it. That would be insane. Whoa! Dude, at some point, I think without a doubt, 50-50 varial heel, laser flip, one of those is going down. Because I'm not even like flicking it, I'm just like pressure pointing it weird and it's flipping. That'd be insane. It really wants to flip. Ah. Dude, I'm thinking about so many things while I'm on the rail. I know, it wasn't perfect. A little bit of a tic-tac at the end, but for now I'm taking it. We're building up quite the little arsenal here. I gotta start naming them though. We got Old Kinky, we got the Swinger. The names could use work. I tried to bend the tripod back. It's fine, it just doesn't, oh, it does still fold. Cool, problem solved. That's it for the members' trick requests for now. What? As new members join, more comments get added to the post, and I'll always go back and look through old trick request posts or comments and you know, use those, pull from those as well. If anyone's interested in joining to support me or get access to those perks, I have a link in the description. You can click and it'll give you a breakdown of what you get access to and all that. Like I said earlier, we're coming up on 100 channel members, which when I first started this, I thought that was like an unattainable goal given my analytics and, you know, views to subscriber ratio and all that. Like I got too in my head about it all. To see the support is unreal, and we're building such a cool community over there, so thank you guys for supporting. Unbelievable success, top tier success. I can confidently say that's my favorite obstacle I've ever made so far. Yes, I'll be making fingerboard replicas of that for hopefully next month's drop on my website. And I mean, now that you know what your boy is capable of, I'm gonna be asking my channel members what we should make next. Well, I'm gonna open it up to everyone, and then I'll probably narrow it down to a poll that my channel members can decide on. That being said, you've seen that we can use the roller now. You've seen that we can use the bender now. We can do crazy combinations of both of those. We can do like a roller coaster that has like a reverse rainbow rail and a normal rainbow rail attached. We can try to combine both of these rails somehow. Like, we can do anything. Well, we can try to do anything. I'm sure we've been having a lot of successes lately, so we are due for a couple failures, and I'll document them and share them with you, because you need failures to win. So anyway, thank you guys for watching and following on this journey for this rail. I'm so fucking proud of how that came out. Ton of fun. I think next video is gonna be, you know, a bigger and kind of heavier sesh on that. Maybe not next video, but we'll get it done. Maybe once the heat dies down a little bit. Thank you guys for watching. Catch you next video. Peace out.